Good evening and welcome to Prime of Midlife. We are live. I have hair everywhere. Um, can you let me know if you can hear me? I think I should have the mic on. Hopefully, we shall see. But good evening and welcome to Sunday night. I don't know why my phone's binging. That's quite bad. I think that's probably telling me that there's a live. I've gone live on the channel. If no, yellow weather warning. Oh, how lovely. Yep, and there's YouTube telling me I'm now live. Goodness gracious. How are we all? I am relatively healthy again, which is good. Um, so I thought we would do a live because I can now speak properly, I can sit properly, which is good. So, hello, JB from West Virginia. Nice to have you here. Joe Smith, good evening. Nice to see you. Um, Obviously, as you saw, it was quite a short notice for this live because I was like, no, I'm not. I'm up early in the morning. And then I was like, no, we can do a live. Live is not good. Hello, Melissa from Louisiana. Evening, Brendan. Oh, Miss Peg, good evening. Tracy, hello. Mike from Northamptonshire, good evening. Sarah, nice to see you too. Andrew, just down the road in Edinburgh. Hello. I have missed this. Very weird. I didn't think I missed it, but I did. Andrea from New Zealand, good evening. Light Elemental Girl from New York, good evening. Monica from West Yorkshire, nice to have you here. Justine, hi. Mandy, hi there. Look at this, we have people and everything when I only decided 15 minutes ago. Avril, good evening. Anna from Northern Ireland, good evening. Helen, hi there. Thank you for that. Halmen, good evening. And Jay from London, good evening. Goodness, we haven't been to London for ages. Very multicultural, yeah. I look so much better. Mandy, being honest, I couldn't. I saw a shot of my Christmas Day um, video that I put out, and I was complete mince. I really was. But we are better now. We are onwards and upwards. I have started sorting out the house, which is a good thing. And obviously, dehydrated onions today. Poor Kathleen walked in for her break and went, onions! Like, yeah, shut up. Has to be done. So we have a dehydrator full of onions. I've just not long switched off, so I'm letting them cool down just so that I can go and check that they're properly dried. Because I've noticed sometimes if you get like the corner of an onion's a ball for goodness sake. But you know what I mean, the slice that's like a semicircle. Um, if you get that slice too thick, it just doesn't dry up in enough time at all. Decluttering Queen, good evening. Maggie, hi there. Willow, happy Sunday to you too. I know, happy Sunday. I am. Do you know? It's actually been all right. Everything's gone squinty, but it's actually been quite a productive weekend, which was quite good. Okay, Darren was there, and then he went away. Well, look, yeah, as I was saying, I was quite close to not doing it, and then somebody in the comments had said, "I'm so glad I didn't miss the live." I was like, "Yeah, you really need to get back to that, and you can speak now, and you can sit now." So, yeah, here we are. We're back live. Um, but yeah, I enjoy doing the lives because I like everyone being able to speak, and you can ask me things, or you can tell me stuff. Um, I mean, at the moment, as you've seen from the videos, I'm back on the right. What am I going to need? What do I want to do? As I say, dehydrating onions was my big thing today because I had so many packets of onions. So we got them sorted. Was it COVID I had, Joe? Yes, it was. And it was the third time this year I've had it. I was in bits, complete bits. Patrick got me through to his for Christmas because he didn't want me having Christmas on my own. And about 10 o'clock in Boxing Day morning, I'm like, I'm going home to bed. I need to go home to bed. So the cat and I came back home because I was just minced. It took me the solid, I mean, I have not had 2 weeks off from work in years. And the place I work just now, which has got one of the best bosses I've ever worked for, so first time he's shut down for ages, like ever. We've never shut down for 2 weeks. So to have 2 weeks off, and Patrick and I had so many plans, and we were going to do this and we're going to do that, blah de blah de blah. And I was ill, like proper ill. And I did a COVID test, I think 3 days in, because I was like, I am so bad, it must be COVID. And it was negative. And then Mandy, she was down south with her brother, and they got COVID. So I tested again, and sure enough, I had COVID. And I was just mince. Well, you've seen it because I did try and still put out a video because, do you know, it's all very well coming and speaking to people and saying, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. But, do you know, things go wrong. And I think it would be remiss of me not to tell you if things have gone squinty. And they went very squinty. So I was ill for 2 weeks with the COVID, and I was coughing so much. And I don't know if you've ever been like walking, I was walking along the hall in the house and I was coughing, and I coughed wrong and threw my back out. That did not help matters at all. So I sort of recovered from that, having slept in the chair for a while. And I was like, yay, this is great. Back to work, sat in the office chair. That was not clever. So the first week I was back at the office, I was leaving at about lunchtime because I couldn't sit in the chair. So yes, that was pretty much it. Darren, yep, I am absolutely not watching that. Definitely not. Lives are great. I totally agree, Avril. I totally agree with that. Ashley, yeah, Patrick's sort of like semi-retired. He still does bits, but he doesn't work full time. Halfway through January, and you were ill and didn't realise it until the following day. Ended up in the walk-in centre and then in A&E. That's not good. Jill, good evening. Nice to see you. Yeah. Well, I completely agree. It's been a long 6 weeks. It's been horrible. So, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, Patrick's been ill, Mandy's been ill, the boss has been ill, Mandy's family's been ill, my family's been ill. Do you know, there's so many people being ill right now. It's just not fun. And Darren, yes, I completely agree with you that the threat of nuclear weapons is scary. I am just going to ignore that one till I can't ignore it anymore because I could tie myself in knots. And I'm actually a personality thing that I have. I can think about things to a certain level, and if I can't work out what's going to happen or how I'm going to deal with it, then it's just like, nope. Definitely not happening. And I just don't until I find more information or I can deal with things. So yeah, there's only so much. Coughing was definitely a big thing with me, Willow. As I said, I coughed so much I knocked my back out. That was not fun. Jeanette, good evening. Nice to see you. So yeah, but it's definitely been going about. Prissy honey, good evening. So yeah. Somebody else had also said they got unsubscribed from the channel. So watch if in case you get unsubscribed, because that's seemingly happening. I don't know what's going on there. What else was the other thing I was going to tell you? Can't remember. There was something sensible, but it's gone out my brain. So yes, but also please do check the comments because this lovely person wrote me a list and said they're from Germany and they wanted to clarify some of the things with the farmers. So please do read that because that was some really good information. Joanna, good evening. Nice to have you here. So yeah, I'm now just a case of I want to get things prepped. I want more toilet roll. Where's Alan to comment? You know, when you talk about toilet rolls, because he always takes the mick out of me about buying toilet rolls. So yeah, we have that. Joanna, good evening. How are you? But I also, as I've said before, I want to get the cat food. I want to get some more stuff, like long term, dried goods, tins, etc. So many COVID among people, so I'm trying to stay away from everyone for now. Sarah, I don't blame you. Granny Aileen, hello. Old collie girl at your feet. Oh, I used to have a little Sheltie when I was a kid. Maggie, totally agree with you. But yeah, do you know, I think it's just this time of year. Cat litter. Alan, good plan. Good evening. Cat litter. Yes. I need to. Where's my thing? Look, I have my prepping planner. It sits beside me. Cat litter. Shopping list. Where's my shopping list going? Right, we are going for there it is. Shopping list. Cat litter. Cat litter. Thank you, Alan. Oh, Darren, that's just no even. We're just not going there. Oh, washable toilet paper from Cheeky Wipes. Who knew that? Although I was thinking about that with the, do you know, if there is a problem with toilet paper, we've all got towels we can cut up and we just need to do the washing thing and stuff and things. Do you know, it's not the best, but it's stuff and things. We're all capable of doing that. Where do you order one of those planners? They are on Amazon, Ashley. I think if you do it prepping planner, it comes up with Karen. So, yeah, see, I did that all by myself. Did Patrick get you a fire blanket? Oh. No, we don't have a fire blanket yet, Joe. Stop being sensible. And yes, melted your slow cooker. I distinctly remember that. Oh, thank you, Alan. In saying that, Joe, I don't actually know if Patrick did get me a fire blanket because he has been stuck through the road for so long and I have been ill for so long, so he could have one stashed and wouldn't have told me. And will just appear with it. Patrick, that's the first I have heard about it. Patrick, I am quite sure that when Jo melted her slow cooker on her cooker, that I distinctly said to you in a live, you're in charge of getting the fire blanket. Because it couldn't possibly be me who's in charge of sensible stuff. You are the sensible person, Patrick. See? Quite sure we all know that if I need anything sensible, I just say Patrick. Oh, don't even start, young man. You seen this? Pants on fire. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Slow cooker melting sounds like sci-fi. It does, but it's one of those things that happens. I mean, look at me with the stupid putting the wood on top of the burner. Who knew that what looked like untreated wood had treated stuff and my whole place ended up smoky? I put a lot of wood in the fire at that time because I just took everything off the top and threw it in the burner. Fire blankets do make sense. I totally agree with you, Maggie. So, Patrick, that's your department. Mike, you're absolutely right. And I have two, probably about that by that, which is obviously looks a lot better not on a computer screen. But I think there's probably about 2-gallon containers with the little taps on them. So I have two of them, and I've got bottles of water. So I've got the bottles of water for drinking, and I've got the two things with the taps. And then if there is any reason that I think I should be having more water, every single jar, bottle, container in this house will be getting filled before things go poof. So I've got a couple of trays, the small water bottles, and as I say, I've got two of the big thingy bobs. Alan, to be honest, I am starting back on Discord tomorrow because I have not looked at it because I was mince, and I thought, right, I'm going to wait until I'm things. A water bob. Steve, I take it you mean those water butts that we call them here, the big green things that go in your drain pipe? Because yes, I have thought of them. And every so often I go out and I look and I try and find my drain pipe and I can't for the life of me remember where it is. But yes, I fully intend getting one of them. Ashley, did I get rid of my treated wood? Yes, I burned it. That was when I was waiting on the log deliveries. Log deliveries were a nightmare. 4 different companies I asked. And the one that said, oh, yes, I can do that, didn't turn up 3 different times. I was not a happy bunny. And I was down to like the last sort of stuff that I had from work. So everything just went in the burner. So, yeah. Good evening, Kamari. Nice to see you. Ganeki, hello. Nice to see you. Bob67, good evening. Maggie, I refill 1 gallon vinegar bottles from my water stash. See, that's a good plan. The other storm, Alan, literally when I was checking at the beginning of this live, that's the Met Office just put out another yellow weather warning. I haven't looked it up for where it is or when it is, but it's run about me somewhere, I'm sure. Too many onions and spuds in the house. Cooking bacon in the freezer. Sliced onions, left with sliced onions and bacon. Ooh, that sounds very nice, Joe. Oh, Steve, I did not know that. I shall go look up a water bob. Ooh, I like that. That is a good thought. Because I'm certain we will get thingsy bobs. Jill, fill it with drinking water before a big event so you don't have to go out afterwards to hunt for drinkable water. I like that thought. Some guy, good evening. Yep, I know what you mean. Some guy, and yes, that's why I am pressure canning next weekend. I'm also getting. I'm having a thing, and actually, Eileen there with the citric acid. I want to get bicarbonate of soda. I want to get more vinegar. I want to get things like citric acid. Things like that. I need to get some more of that because I don't have enough stuff. Like I hurted my finger. Do you know with rag nails and you yank the rag nail and it got infected and I had to use salt water because I have no TCP. What am I like? Do you know, Savlon, I have Savlon cream, I have no Savlon liquid, I have no TCP liquid. I am horrified at myself. Granted, I did have many, many cold and flu capsules until Christmas. So yeah, I need to be buying things. Only log delivery you received is a pack of diaries. What you like, Alan? Load of preps from Tesco. Bob, I'm with you. A lot of the time, it's easier for me to get an online delivery because the cost of diesel to go in and out to the supermarket is, it's cheaper paying £2 for Tesco to bring it out to me. Where do I buy my jars for pressure canning? They seem so expensive. They are expensive, Kelly. They are not cheap. However, I have bought the jars and I've bought the lid things, the Sealy lids again. So I've bought some of them. So I got what's it called? it More Jars UK or something? There's two. It's on the website. If you go to primeofmidlife.co.uk, there's a page somewhere there where I've put a list of what I've bought, like my dehydrator, my jars, Love Jars UK is where I got one set, and I got another set from somewhere else, and I can't remember what they're called. But they're on the website because I thought it was easier to put them there in case someone had the question and I didn't pick up the comment, or I didn't pick up the question here. So yeah, I've bought from two different places for the different sizes. Belinda, tea tree, good plan. Endless stream of painkiller packs. Yeah. Painkillers, cold and flu remedies, stuff like that. Here in the UK, you're only allowed to buy a limited number of things with paracetamol in them just to prevent overdoses. So every time I start running out, it's like Patrick gets me a packet, Kathleen gets me a packet, I get a packet, then I go to the different chemist and I get another packet. So yeah, that's what I have to do. Joe, yep, Dettol. You see, I remember the difference. I used to fall and skin my knees. It was awful. It just was a thing. And as Patrick will agree, I still fall and skin my knees. I've never got out of that. And I always remember that Dettol was nippy, Savlon wasn't. So yeah, that was my thing. Prescription for a pound of silver sulphate cream, 1% works for rag nails, burns, cuts, punctures, good stuff. Ooh, Maggie, thank you. I shall note that down. Kelly, yeah, love jars. Medicinal herbs that grow here in Amsterdam. Easy to make tinctures, creams. Comfrey, Comfrey. We found it growing outside the office because I looked up the leaves. There was loads and loads of leaves. And the sorry, it's still roasting in here. Loads and loads of leaves. And I went and looked them up and it said, Comfrey, oh, topical painkiller. So I made salve. It was fabulous. So Comfrey is a really good one. Tea tree and allergy meds. Yep. I need to have allergy meds for Kathleen. 2 items per transaction. Is that what it is, Willow? I knew it was a pain in the neck. Yep. Christine, I completely agree with you. And I have a canvas bag full of stuff. And I thought I was doing really well until I had my rag nail and realised I had no Savlon liquid and no Dettol liquid or TCP or anything. I was horrified at myself. It was like a hang my head in shame thing. Ian Jars from Home Bargains, been pressure canning with them for years. Oh, Mike, thank you. Alan, the jar for the homemade mayo that stick mixer fixed in, that was one of, I think that was one of the Love Jars ones. That was actually one of my pressure canning jars. It just seemed to be the right size. So that was what I used for that. Your own tinctures with fresh and dried herbs. Yep, I think that's really good. 500 at a time. Oh, there you go. Pint jars, £1. Litre jars, £1.30. You know I'm going to Home Bargains, don't you? I'm going to have to go. Oh, no, Home Bargains is open on a Sunday. That's quieter because I really, really hate going shopping on Saturdays. That drives me nuts. See? And Patrick has journaling, which I don't have. It stops people using it, but realistically, such a person would just go around all the nearby pharmacy and buy 2 packs from each. Yes, that is exactly what I do, Willow. I go round and I get Kathleen and I get Patrick and I get everybody else I can find to get me. And that is what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks because I have gone through literally all my cold and flu meds. I went through so many of them when I was off that it was ridiculous. But they made such a huge difference, so I was not a happy bunny. Bob, do I do a live stream every Sunday evening? Yes, Bob. Normally I do, unless I'm away from the house. But this month I haven't because, as I said, if you'd seen my Christmas Day video, my Christmas greetings, I am complete mince, like proper. I was so ill. So I haven't done a live since, what was it? When did I get ill? I finished work on December the 22nd, and by the time I woke up on December the 23rd, I was in bits. So I haven't done a live since then. Oh, Willow. Cocodamol runs. Yeah, Cocodamol is quite weird because it's obviously codeine based. And apart from the fact that codeine is highly addictive, so you don't mess with it if you don't have to. Um, in our family, we have different reactions to codeine. My father and I, no problem, can drop them like sweeties. They just are painkillers. Kathleen and my mother, it sends them, they're like complete space cadets if they take codeine. So that's quite weird. So yeah, I do the Cocodamol run every so often. Um, and it's not something that anybody else really takes. Willow, not quite delirious, more sort of like nodding donkey kind of thing. So yeah. Oh, Aileen, I'm sorry to hear that. It's not exactly cheap for a mouse, is it? Oh, good evening, Susan. Nice to see you. Oh, podcast, yes. Alan, I absolutely intend doing the podcast. Um, oh, if I overdo codeine for too long, it can make you delirious. Good to know, Willow. I never actually did. My father like threatened me with murders if I took too many codeine, because he had the first time I took them was when I broke my hand. I got sent home from school, and my dad was there, and he gave me one of his Codis tablets, and he would only give me one, and I knew he took two, and he's like, "No, you only get one." That was the first time I took one, and I think that was probably with the okay, how'd you take it? And but as I say, Kathleen is she's just a complete sedative effect person. Um, Alan, yes, sorry, podcast. The podcast, if you haven't heard it, it's basically me chatting, but the podcast is it's normally a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon, and it's when I'm sitting down relaxing. So it's a very sort of quiet, just talking through whatever's in my head kind of thing. So yeah, the podcast will be coming back as well, Alan, because I quite enjoy that. I normally sit and crochet while I'm podcasting, so that makes me do my crochet, lets me tell you what I'm thinking, etc., etc. Darren, yeah. I mean, what is this soup at the Da Vinci painting? What is the point? Throwing soup at a painting, really? What are you, 5? Honestly, just piffed. Need to keep buying every time we're out in stock up. Yeah, I totally agree with you. 16 paracetamol. You can buy more packets or packets with more paracetamol in them, but you have to go to a pharmacy. So yeah, that's a bit of a thing. Is that you have to go to the pharmacy if you want bigger packets of paracetamol or anything. But you can get, I think you can get packets of 32 paracetamol or something, but you have to be at the pharmacy. They have to ask you the questions, etc., etc. But yeah. Oh, 12 noon in Alaska. Okay, so 12 noon in Alaska on Sunday or Monday? Because we are at 9 o'clock at night on Sunday here. That was really quite confusing in my brain. Okay, so Alaska's behind. I was just trying to work that out there, going 12 noon. That means it could be Sunday or Monday. Oh my goodness. So 12 noon on Sunday. Well, in that case, I hope you have a lovely, relaxing Sunday. Granddaughter, daughter's just after moving back into the house after a complete refurb. Oh, bless. I know what you mean about refurbs. That's what we do at work. So, yeah, sometimes there's snagging to be done, and sometimes everything just doesn't work. Learned today that pharmacy in Tesco by me, you can buy a 10-pack of COVID tests rather than have to keep buying 5 packs. Oh, who knew? I did not know that. I haven't bought COVID tests in ages. Yes, unfortunately, there are adverts on the lives. I have no control over that. All that YouTube lets me do is say how often I want these adverts to be running. So I get a choice. I can either be conservative, I can be in the medium, or I can be really high. So I always put it on conservative. It's like if I think you've got there's a thing on my normal videos where it says with the adverts, and if my video's over 8 minutes long, they put you have the option of putting an advert in the middle, a mid-roll advert, and I never do that because I hate it. It just irks me, something dreadful. We're not that desperate for money. It would have been useful to know a couple. Yeah, exactly. 2 p.m. Sunday in Arizona. Ooh. Oh, Joanna, double-sized bed blankie. Yeah, I did a lot of crochet. Well, a lot of crochet. I did blankies and I did shawls because I can only do straight lines. And I'm still in the middle of shawls. Oh, you got an ad at the beginning as well, Patrick. No, I did not know that. So it's the shawls at the moment are all sitting sort of half done. I'm like, you need to get them done before you start anything else. It's just so yeah. So 2 o'clock and 1 p.m. Sunday in Idaho. Oh. Yeah, Ganeku, I actually learnt crochet through YouTube, I have to say. I watched videos on YouTube and that was how I did it because I tried it and I got it wrong a couple of times. So I sat and watched a few videos and then I got it. As I say, I can do straight lines, which is great for blankies and shawls and dishcloths. That's all I do. Bob Allen had a Hero Wars advert. Bob had an advert for Swiss watches. Can't even afford Swiss chocolate. Yeah, you and me both, Bob. Oh, 10 p.m. in Amsterdam, so you're an hour ahead of us. Which would be roughly, yeah. That's what I always think is like, this side of Europe, the side nearest us is about an hour. And once I get past anything past that, I'm like, I don't know what time it is anywhere. What was that? That was a very weird sound. Right, we're going to check because the cat's out, and that was a very weird sound. And if the cat is hurting, I'm not going to be happy. What was that noise like? Oh my god, I thought you were hurted. Do not be giving me that look. There is nothing wrong with the cat. That noise nearly gave me a heart attack, Pooper. See, come and show everybody. See? Nothing wrong with the Pooper, who just did the biggest, scariest meow outside my door, nearly gave me heart failure. Didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yes, look at you. Ow! Honest to goodness, if you'd heard that yowl that came from that cat, oh my goodness. Just horrified. Giving me heart a failure, decluttering queen. That is what she's doing to her mother. She's just giving and now sucking in, wanting petting. Honestly. Ganetu, yes, you can. You absolutely can learn crochet through YouTube because that's how I learned. Because I found knitting is like I need to concentrate with both hands, whereas crochet I can just concentrate with one hand. That's how I find it different. Nadine, look at you, Newfoundland. Is that the one that looks like a dog? Or is that just the one that sounds like a dog? Oh, 20 centimeters. Oh my goodness. Oh, that does not sound good. Linda, yay! Walking the dogs. See? The dogs love you for that. Oh. Healing? No, we don't want hail. Black cats, black. Has my microphone moved? Yeah, I think I've probably put it somewhere slightly different. Oh, snow is supposed to hit us here in Nova Scotia. Yep. many weather things. Bridget, good evening. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's quite funny because Mandy and another of the colleagues, they were away when we had the orange, the amber wind alert here. And when they came back, they're like, oh, we saw it. And I was like, yeah. Yellow wind warning is normal. That's just Scotland in the winter. That doesn't particularly bother me. The amber wind warning, that really was a bit different. That was quite scary. So, yeah, no, we don't like them. At the moment, as I say, just when I started, my phone binged when I started the live, it was a yellow weather warning. So yellow's okay. I can live with that. But amber wind was definitely that was quite different. I have to say, I was not impressed at all. Liz, good evening. Nice to see you. Son and family live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Ah. See, look at us. We're from all over. This is dead impressive. Do you know what I never thought of? Now, somebody somewhere can tell me because I'm getting very wary about some of these things that I'm reading on the internet because there's an awful lot of disinformation out there. But there was a report I saw where the hailstones seemingly like almost killed a solar farm. So, not quite sure. Can anyone tell me, did that actually happen? Oh, yes, decluttering Queen Kathleen is okay. She's doing a double yesterday. She's doing a double today. She will be sleeping tomorrow because she's doing an early tomorrow and then she's sleeping. So, yeah, she's not going to be on for a while. But yeah, she's good. She's just working hard, which we approve of because, gets her own money and stuff. Stephen, yellow snow warning? Where's the yellow snow warning for? We do not like this. Stephen, I have just realised what you said. I was a bit slow there, wasn't I? 4 o'clock in Florida. Not heard that exactly. I had heard say hailstones can get surprisingly big. Yeah, that's basically what I heard. Look, I'm just moving that a bit. So yeah, definitely lots of weathery things happening, lots of stuff happening. So we are going to be packing up stuff and stashing stuff and stuff. Oh, it is actually a yellow snow warning. Oh, Serenity Bay, that actually did happen. Oh, that's not so good. Oh, Bridget, you've started a new channel, BC Rides Again. Oh, I shall need to check. I need to write that in my notes. I love this thing. Do you know, you're like, why did you not do that? BC Rides Again YouTube channel. I have things written. I'm doing so well. Organised. See, I'm impressed that I'm actually organised. That doesn't happen very often. Both or neither for you. Yeah, I can understand that. Sandia, good evening from India. Nothing on it yet, but making plans this week. See, plans this week is good. I make many, many plans during the week while I'm at work. And then it's just a question of how many of them I actually get done at the weekend. And sometimes I'm really, really good and I get loads done. And other times I am totally useless and I get nothing done. This weekend was kind of in the middle, so it wasn't too bad. You're not going to believe this. That cat's sitting at the back door. She is not on. Sandeep, I am from Perthshire in Scotland. So, yes. It seems to be one of those things, Bridget, that I do is I'm like, yep, I'm having plans for this and I'll start something and then I have something else happens and then something else happens and then I have to come back to it later. But yeah. Canned ratatouille. Got to say, Dan, my mother loved ratatouille. I really, really didn't like it. Don't know what. Storm but no COVID and I'll feel like a caged animal. COVID and no storm and I'll be unable to get out of bed, but seeing the world out the window and want to be in it. Good thoughts there, Willow. It is. It's one of those things where you're just like, really, what's happening? No. Do not even speak to me in that tone of voice, Pooper. It is like after 9 o'clock, we are going to bed. Because we are working at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Cats. Especially little black cats. Well, I will need to stay in bed and be quite happy. I like that thought, Willow. And come, I think about, 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, Kathleen will be doing exactly the same to keep you company. Because she is going to do her early shift and then she's going to crash and burn because she's done 2 doubles Saturday and Sunday and she's doing an early tomorrow. So she will then just crash. So that is that. But as I say, I'm so proud because we've got the wood started. So I've got a big pile of wood. So that's sorted. I've got stuff to pressure can next weekend. I have started my list for, I've added to my list of things that I want to stash. Like we added cat litter. Thank you, people. See? Bed sharing with cats. Yeah, just a tad, Willow. I know as soon as I said it. It's just sluggish allowed to go out to all. Most American cats are indoor-only cats. Yeah, no. I did think about it, but we're quite rural, so she can go out in this one. My work week, Ganeku, is 45 hours. I do 8 till 5, Monday to Friday. That was through choice. They did, it was 9 to 5, and I took the 8 to 5 because I needed extra money. The Monday 7 o'clock is because everyone gets new jobs. I'm a construction company. I work in a construction company. Most of the jobs start on a Monday, so we go in early to make sure that everyone's got the paperwork, everyone's got the materials, everyone's got everything they need. So yeah, it is a long week, but the company allowed me to do that. It's allowed me to get a mortgage. It's allowed me to live the way I'm living. So I am quite happy with that. I'm just going to try and get more about Cornwall on there as my plan and keep the channel as is because it's a bit of everything. I like that thought. Good evening, Double D. I hope all is well. Your weekend starts tomorrow. Still have to get up to get the kids to school. Oh, Roisin, that's a shame. Ugh. Female dog is still wanting to get hundreds of times a day waiting for mum to come home. Oh, bless. Yeah. Welcome to the UK, Ganeku. Money, what can we do without it? Yeah, not a lot. Patrick, what happened there? Surprised puppies, not so good. 7 months was given tramadol, awful. Do you know, Aileen, my mum got tramadol once before she had her hip operation. And when I broke my leg, I was working in a pharmacy. And they said to me, I was in tears in the office. I hadn't been to the doctor yet. I didn't know it was broken. And the pharmacist, I went through to her and said, what can I take? What can you? She says, well, I can't give you anything bigger than you're taking because it's not prescribed. I know your mother has tramadol, but I would not advise you to take it because you will not be capable of looking after Kathleen. Kathleen was only maybe 7 or 8 at the time. I only worked part-time at that time. So yeah, tramadol is, so I have never tried that because it's just, you know, when the pharmacist that I worked with for 2 years said you're not able to look after your child if you're on that, it's like, right, okay, we're not doing that. So yeah, Lila, good evening. Used to 8 till 5 till I became disabled working at Macros. Oh goodness, I remember Macros. Who did we have? Who did I know that used to go to Macros? I don't know. But I think it's a big cash and carry thing, is it not, Alan? Yeah, but 8 to 5 is quite normal for a lot of places here. It's just it's a long week, but it is what it is. It means I will have it means I'll be able to stop and own my own house and not have to try and rent or anything. Willow makes you sleep. Serenity Bay had no effect whatsoever on your pain pre-hip replacement. Serenity Bay with my mother, I think she took 2 tablets. She got 1 prescription for it, took 2 tablets, and it literally just was like knocked her off. So yeah, that she didn't end up taking it very much. Basic salary for a month on minimum wage. Well, the good thing is, that minimum wage is going up in April, so we like that. Willow, yep, starting earlier than usual at the moment before mandate. Well, starting earlier tomorrow. I don't normally do the 7 o'clock start. Oh, who knew? Paracetamol and ibuprofen. Yeah, I mean it's very, painkillers are very, very personal, I think, and you have to work out what you can take and what works for you. As I say, the biggest way I realised that is because my family's reaction to codeine is, as I say, Dad and I are all right. Kathleen and Mum, absolutely useless. Full of yikes tales tonight. Yeah, it's fun. It's different. Yep, central lines are not good. We don't like them. Macro in London, look at you. It is a big cash and carry. Thank you, Alan. See, look at me. I knew these things. I don't know an awful lot. You wouldn't believe this. This cat is now sitting on the floor looking at me, being all just waiting on me. Tech cowgirl. I have done that. Years ago, I did that. And I think I probably did it last year. I don't know if I did a video on it or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are. I remember when I was working in a big insurance call center. I lasted that for about a year. You know, and they had senior clerks and they had team leaders and everything, and you know, they don't get the same wage rise that minimum wage is getting. So instead of being £2 an hour more than the new starts, they're now going to be like 50 pence more than the new starts. It's not so good. Ooh, tramadol after spine up back into it. See, ow, ouchie. Though paracetamol doesn't have anti-inflammatories, if you take it as well as brufen, it heightens the anti-inflammatory effect of the brufen. There you go. Well, when I worked in the pharmacy, they told me I could mix the paracetamol and brufen. And what I normally do is I will take one, because I think it's 4 hours, is it, between tablets, or 6 hours or whatever, and I'll take one and then halfway through I'll take the next one, so that I'm like half timed, and it means that I've always got something still working, because I have got a really low pain threshold, really low. Finding a different job was better pay, especially when you hires start at more than I was making. Yeah, Tech Cow Girl, I completely agree with you. That is, I think there's going to be a lot of people doing that. Was it 19 degrees in Scotland today? Darren, if it was, it certainly was not here. Although it did, according to my phone, it did get up to 11, but felt like 7. So, ooh, that's not good, Willow. We don't like that at all. Definitely not. Oh, yeah, Scottish Highlands are just a world unto their own. Most gorgeous place, but definitely it's their own world. To alternate the paracetamol and brufen to manage the pain and side effects, it was pretty effective. Yeah, decluttering queen. Yeah, wasn't 19 with you either. Exactly. Well, we are down to less than our last 10 minutes, people. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone want to tell me anything before I go and threaten that cat within an inch of her life? Because she's now climbing in a bag in the kitchen. I can hear her. I put down a shoebox for her. Did she go in it? No. Does she go in a bag at the back of the kitchen? Yes. That would be my cat. Oh, thank you. Rustic Rach? No. No, I haven't. Tech Cow Girl? No, I have not tried making pasta from scratch because I was mince with being ill. However, the wonderful Alan sent me a pasta making machine. You know, the thing with the rollers and the thing and the thing. So yes, I am all ready for that. I have eggs to make egg noodles. I have stuff and stuff and stuff. Bear with me a second. I don't know how to share screens on this, so you're just gonna have to do my thing. Bear with me while I find my wee phone thing. Camera. Do that. Go back to there. Oh no, you need to go that way. So that was our Raven this afternoon cuddling into the catnip fish on her blankie on the couch. That was what she was doing this afternoon. So yes, she still has the catnip fish. She still loves it. Ganeku, yes. Comment sections are a good read. Oh, I need to know that. Which I have tins of coconut milk. Maria, I do not know from personal experience, but from everything I've read, everyone's saying as long as it's not bashed or blown, then you should be okay. Julie, hello. Bless. I can screens on Zoom. Okay. I shall have to look into that, Alan. I am best place I can get canning jars at the moment. Rasheen, I've remembered that I get some from Love Jars. And I can't remember where the other place is because I use 2 places in the UK, but they're on the website. If you go onto the Prime of Midlife website, there's a tab that says like where I got things or what I've bought or something like that, and it tells you the 2 places that I've bought Canon jars. So Lakeland, I didn't use Lakeland, but somebody did say on here that the jars in Home Bargains are good for pressure canning and a really good price. So that might be worth a try as well. It'll be in the comments, which will probably play back. I think they wait like 24 hours before they put the playback of the comments or something. I don't know what happens. It goes squinty. But yeah, there's the 2 places where I bought them, but somebody said Home Bargains are good for pressure canning. So in the absence of your Ben, who I think is probably traipsing somewhere, if you haven't liked the video so far, could you please hit the like button? Thank you very much. That would be very, very nice of you. And I am going to go and growl at my cat and get this place sorted. Best not to put mason jars in the dishwasher. Well, I hope not, because I've been doing that. Anyone know anything about that? Because I have just been throwing everything in the dishwasher. We need to find out, people. We need to find out. Four jars, start selling jars. Maggie, you're more than welcome. Thank you. And Maggie, you've been doing that for 40 years. Oh, thank you. I feel better now. Hot your dishwasher, if it has a sterilised setting or gets hot enough, you're good. So over time it kills the seal. Thanks, see you next week. Thank you, Belinda. Right, I am going to go, people. Thank you so much for joining me, especially since I haven't been live for ages. So thank you all, and I will see you later.